I'm sure you all know about Song of the South, which is the Disney film that was banned from appearing on Disney Plus because of how it, glorified slavery. But what if I told you that there is another Disney movie also banned from appearing on the platform that no one talks about, called Make Mine Music? It's one of Disney's World War II package films comprising a bunch of shorts, and out of all of the compilation movies Disney ever released, this one is the worst, but also has the most shorts of any. This film is split into 10 segments, and every single one of them somehow manages to be boring. Each short is based around some simplistic idea, whether it be a moral teaching or just a visual style that it wants to show off. And look, it's hard enough to make a short memorable. You have to somehow leave a lasting impression in a viewer's head after only a few minutes of screen time. You can't get a viewer truly attached to a protagonist in that amount of time the way you would in a feature film, so you have to hook them some other way, whether it be through the film's message, or an intriguing character study, or good comedy, or anything else you can think of. Something has to stand out. And in this film, only one of its 10 shorts leaves any kind of lasting impression on me, and we'll get into why shortly. That's hardly surprising. This film is basically just a Frankenstein's monster of unfinished ideas the studio knew they wouldn't be able to pursue because half of their animators were busy making propaganda. But even still, the shorts in this movie can just be mind-numbing, even with the, at times, dazzling animation.
The ladies don't understand baseball a bit.
There's one with a big pencil that draws stuff, and it draws a girl, but her ass is too fat, and so the guy's not into her, and then it has to slim her ass, which doesn't even make any sense, because who the fuck doesn't like fat ass? There's one with two hats that are in love, and if you've ever wanted to see hats make out, Disney's got you covered. There's one about two rival clans that all murder each other that subsequently was banned and chopped out of the film because it was too violent. It ends with violent domestic abuse. And then the ghosts of the dead clans laugh at it.
And they carry on the feud just like before.
This film is the gift that just keeps giving. Oh, and there's one short called Blue Bayou where it's a bunch of slow, sad blue animation of stuff moving gracefully. And then there's Without You, which is a ballad that plays over blue animation of stuff moving gracefully. Oh, and my favorite is Two Silhouettes, where there's this slow, sad animation of blue stuff moving gracefully. This movie's really blue. The animation is quite pretty, I'll give it that, but it's nothing groundbreaking and nothing at all happens during these segments. The film also hits us with some extremely horny animation, which, believe me, it doesn't end here. The final short is probably the only memorable one from the film, and it's about a whale who has 3 uvulas.
Tenor, baritone, and bass.
And each uvula gives him a different voice, and it's just this stretched out narrative where the whale sings, and then a sailor thinks he swallowed a singer, and then tries to kill him, and then he gets restrained.
Rescue the opera singer! Mamma mia! He's swallowed 2 opera singers! He's swallowed 3 opera singers!
And then there's like a sequence that feels like it goes on for like 10 minutes where like the whale like becomes famous and starts singing on opera, and all the whale's dreams come true. But then it turns out that that was all a dream, and actually the whale did get shot by the sailor at the beginning.
I got him!
And so it's just a short where a whale with 3 uvulas sings, and it was all fake and he died actually. Even though it goes on for too long, truthfully, I think this short is okay. It has some decent humor, and the ending is surprisingly poignant.
And somewhere, in whatever heaven is reserved for creatures of the deep, Willie is still singing.
Alright, well now that we've gone through the whole film, one question still looms. Why was this film banned from appearing on Disney+? Its absence has never been explained, which is odd considering that it's a Disney Studios original. Keep in mind, even Song of the South isn't technically counted as one of Disney Studios' mainline movies, because much of the film is live action. And plus, it's fairly obvious why that film was banned from appearing on streaming, so what gives here? Well, there are a few reasons why that might be the case. Maybe it's because of the band segment at the beginning. Maybe it's because they couldn't get the rights to Peter and the Wolf. Maybe it's because there's a part in the last short where the whale tries to sound black when he's singing.
Mama's little baby loves shortening, shortening. Mama's little baby loves shortening bread.
Maybe it's a combination of all of those things. But I personally think that the real reason it's not on Disney Plus is because they know it's just not worth it. There are other Disney movies that are more clearly a disaster than this one, but at least I have something to say about them, because this one just makes me want to go to sleep. Plus, it doesn't hold the historical significance of a Fantasia.
And like, even its name, what does Make Mine Music mean? What does it mean?
Of all Disney films, this one gives me the least to latch onto. Don't believe me? This whole segment was unscripted. It's the only one in the video that's unscripted because I didn't know what to write. I've just been talking into a microphone this whole time. In short, do not recommend, 2 thumbs down, 1 star, F-, Rotten Tomato meter, Razzie, Armand White recommendation, don't watch. Just to be clear, that was exaggeration for comedic effect. I don't actually hate this movie. I just don't think it's very good when compared to other Disney films. So I'm just putting that out there before I get hate comments. You know that video you just watched? Well, guess what? It was actually a snippet from a larger video that you can watch here, if you have the time. I mean, I guess it's up to you. I would recommend you watch it, but you know, it's your call. I mean, I don't have time to wait on you anyways. I got birds to feed. But please watch it.